Place has a magnetism that if we do our part and if we build the facilities, we can take St. Matthew's into the 21st century as a parish that's not on the decline, but it's on the move.
We begin as a community that reaches out to our community with compassion, and our focus is on Christ.
Christ, community, and compassion. I think it sort of sums up our role here in the East Dallas community.
The church is not the church building, that the church is the people inside, that all of us together make up the community, the body of Christ, and that sense of community is what draws people in and keeps people here and blesses them.
Christ is in the center of everything that we do. And that's our reason for being the church.
The people show the diversity, but at the same time show the unity. And together we work for our community, love our church, keep our church, and work for that church. This is what makes this cathedral special.
I have been here since 1942 when I was confirmed in St. Matthew's Cathedral. I really believe in the gospel, and the gospel is to go to all people wherever they may be and bring the good news to them.
In the summer of 1870, the parish of St. Matthew moved into its first permanent building at the corner of Elm and Lamar. Since 1856, the parish held services in several temporary sites around the fledgling city of Dallas. As the city grew, so did St. Matthew's. In 1874, at the General Convention, the Diocese of Texas created the Missionary District of North Texas and appointed the Reverend Alexander Charles Garrett, bishop. Arriving in Dallas shortly after the convention, the bishop established St. Matthew's as his cathedral. In 1895, the district became a diocese. Bishop Garrett served Dallas and North Texas for 50 years. During his episcopacy, the accomplishments of Bishop Garrett were numerous. Of particular interest was the creation of St. Mary's College. In those days, the available education for young women was very limited. The bishop founded the college for women in 1889. Shortly thereafter, the beautiful chapel was built through the generous gifts of a donor in New York and Dallas resident Mrs. A.H. Below. Later, the Garrett Hall Classrooms building was built and given to the bishop as a birthday gift. In June of 1929, the cathedral moved to the chapel of St. Mary's College. For over 75 years, the cathedral has endured and flourished at the corner of Ross and Henderson. Garrett Hall and the Great Hall have served the cathedral and the diocese in many roles over the years. The legacy of the cathedral reaches back for over 150 years. Now is the time for us to look to the future and the next 150.
We have energy, we have direction. I truly believe that the people of the cathedral have confidence in the present leadership of the cathedral. They know that we're moving in the right direction, that we are trying to do what God is calling us to do as a community.
6 years ago, one of our church members, Charles Aberg, who has passed away, had in his mind to start a program of education for mostly women who English is their second language. Our program takes these women from 5th grade to 8th grade level education, as well as learning to better negotiate the culture of our country.
When we are serving those people, helping them get a better grasp of English, that they have a chance to go on and study for the GED and get their high school diplomacy, a chance for better education, a chance for their own personal growth to enter the community college system. And always, that's the best thing a mother gives her children is herself.
The Mi Escuelita program is a fabulous program, and it's been successful in many areas around the city.
Mi Escuelita was founded in 1978, so we've been around for about 28 years. And what Mi Escuelita was founded under was the premise that all children really deserve equal access to education. Today we serve 440 children at 7 locations. In January of 2007, we are so excited that we'll be opening at St. Matthew's Episcopal Cathedral. We'll serve an additional 72 children thanks to a partnership with St. Matthew's.
The Cathedral Center for Ministry Formation is the school for deacons in the Diocese of Dallas. It trains all of the people who feel called to the diaconate, vocational diaconate. It also serves as a place where people who are lay leaders or clergy can come and attend classes and be restored and renewed and learn new things.
We have energy and we have the opportunity with Mi Escuelita and with the new emerging pre-GED program and with the Cathedral Center as it's now fully coming online. We have an opportunity to do something that we could not have done before.
We have a splendid dean and splendid clergy. We have a really strong, good vestry. And I think we have a great many people who want to see us grow. But because we are 150 years old and because a lot of things have not been able to be done, now's the time to get them done.
Garrett Hall is a great old building, has a great structure, and it's beautiful to look at from the outside. As you walk through it, there are aspects inside of it that are also beautiful, but it is in bad need of renovation because it's fallen into disrepair over the years. It needs to be updated so that it can accommodate technology and classrooms and other things that our parish badly needs.
The Garrett Hall is our education and for our young people and our children.
When I first came, it was a dormitory for the Cathedral School for Boys, which amalgamated with Texas Country Day School and became St. Mark's School of Texas. Then they moved out on the property on Preston Road.
I think it's a very exciting time for the education piece and the family and children's ministry piece because we are the part that grows the church, and by putting proper funds in place to help us have a good nursery, have adequate supplies and really well functioning Sunday school rooms, we're going to attract families and will help St. Matthew's grow.
I hope that in 10 years they'll see in Garrett Hall a variety of groups who are doing a lot of different ministries. I'm sure we'll continue to have need for educational ministries. We can have Bible studies. We can have children's programs, adult programs, just a plethora of activities going on that just really aren't possible at this stage.
It's a beautiful place, and we want to maintain the historical value as well as updates and bring us into the 21st century.
We wouldn't be here if we hadn't been supported by the community for 150 years. And so this is an opportunity for us to say thank you to all the shoulders that we're standing on, and also to say thank you to all those who are going to make sure that for the future we will continue to be able to have this opportunity to serve and worship in this lovely old East Dallas.
We enjoy this wonderful facility that we have today because of sacrifice and forethought and giving many generations ago. We have an endowment at the cathedral from which we use interest income to keep the cathedral running. And if you think about it, we would not be able to pay our bills if 50 years ago, 75 years ago, good stewards of the church hadn't stepped forward and started that endowment fund. If they had not given over the years to this magnificent facility.
The cathedral is a very special place, and I give because I've received so much.
We're starting by demonstrating our commitment to our children and to the neighborhood children and to those who are beneficiaries of the outreach of the cathedral. We're starting there, but we're not stopping there. There will be campaigns into the future. There will be work that we will do within the cathedral itself. But we're fortunate that right now we're blessed with an absolutely beautiful worship space that reeks of history and of prayers of generations of people who have gone before us. Really, our most hurting place is Garrett Hall and the need for more space for the children through Mi Escuelita and through the Great Hall for where we gather together for our various activities and ministries.
The church is like, the cathedral in particular, is family to me. And so I want to give back to my family. And for the first time, 2 years ago, I tithed for the first time on my gross, which I never thought I could do. I always thought I was giving my fair share. And the interesting thing is I don't feel like I'm missing anything by doing that.
You know, I've heard that 33% of the residents of Dallas are children, but they're 100% of our future. And we have got to give them the education that they need for them to do well in life. And if I had one request of anyone, it would be to take the hand of a child, read them a book, come in and work with a child in a classroom, really reach out and make sure that child has the education they need, because they are our future, and without them, where will we be? And at St. Matthew's, they've done that. They've reached out to Mi Escuelita and they said, let us help you help the children.
So this is an opportune moment. God seems to be in our energies, our plans, and our prayers, and I just think this is our moment.
This capital campaign, now is the time for this capital campaign. Our building is in a state where it desperately needs repair, but more than that, now is the right time for us to renovate this building and make it fit and enable this parish to continue its ministry to this neighborhood for the next 150 years.
The cathedral has a legacy of 150 years of service in Dallas. Generation after generation has served as good stewards for our church. The cathedral has served the diocese, served the community, and served Christ in all our ministries. Now it's our turn. Now it's our time to be the stewards for the next 150 years.